All right, guys, I want to share with you a story that is so insane that you wouldn't believe it. I mean, maybe you would believe it, but in Alabama, there is a transgender person, and scary enough, they have a job. And in the state of Alabama, which is my state, it's a big deal for a transgender person, to just walk around and have a job, okay? Very weird stuff, I guess. And Alabamians are upset. Now, keep in mind, this is the more liberal area of the state, being Huntsville, Alabama, but it is still Alabama. So let's just go ahead and see what's going on here. Lawmakers advocacy group voice opinions on U.S. Space and Rocket Center transgender employee. So here we go. Numerous parents, lawmakers, and advocacy groups across North Alabama have been voicing their concerns about a transgender employee at a U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Those parents and residents have taken to Facebook to make posts about the employee, who identifies as she, they, and works as a camp counselor for the space program. One parent, Clay Yarbrough, said his daughter had planned on going to a space camp this week until he learned about the transgender employee. I'll read it and in what I assume is his voice. "This is a man that claims to be a woman, and they allow it," Yarbrough's post said in part. Between the comments and shares on the post, parents of children who have plans to attend or have attended space camp are calling for the registration and termination of the employee. Now, there's a few problems to that, which is the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978, Executive Order 13087, Executive Order 13672, which all of these put together basically don't allow you to discriminate against people. And the last two, and the Reform Act of 1978 specifically includes LGBTQ communities. So everybody is in an uproar, but it doesn't stop there, because obviously you have these politicians who got to jump in on it. So you have Representative Dale Strong, who is a congressman, who goes on Twitter. I'll just put it up over here instead. As an educational institution for our nation's children, it is critical that the Rocket Center USA put their safety and well-being first. So let's just go ahead and read his statement. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center has long been a champion in promoting a science-based education in North Alabama. As an educational institution for our nation's children, it is critical that we put their safety and well-being first. I call on the center to immediately remove this individual and open a safety review to consider the potential harm and damages they have inadvertently caused children. So the idea that like some 8-year-old that is walking around looking at rockets going, "Dad, what's that rocket do?" And the father goes, "Well, son, I have no idea actually." And all of it, they like walk by like a trans person, and the entire kid gets, like shaken up for life. Absolutely insane. It doesn't happen. That's not how it works. But Dale Strong, Dale Strong isn't to be outdone by my man, Coach Tommy Tuberville. Oh yeah, whoo. Here he goes. I'll just read the full statement to not double up again. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center has long been a leader in educating and preparing the next generation of scientists, engineers, and astronauts. It is imperative that Space Camp remains a safe place for children and young people. I urge the Space and Rocket Center to ensure that its reputation as a world-renowned camp remains untarnished by the progressive agenda of today. So here we go once again, saying that like one trans person, by the way, just one transgender person, singular. One individual is somehow going to like ruin the entire experience, scar your kids for life, make it so that they won't be able to get a STEM degree, which means that they won't be able to potentially create some kind of invention or put somebody on the moon or put Jeff Bezos back in space. Okay. Like it's unhinged. It's nonsense. It's utter trash, but it doesn't stop there, because if you don't think it can't get any worse, oh, it does get worse. So we have this article that popped up. Lawmaker plans to expand Don't Say Gay bill to space camp. So now we are in a situation, before I even read this article, where you have an entire piece of legislation coming out to attack one person, just one person, one individual. Keep that in mind. State Representative Mac Butler out of Gadsden said he has only heard secondhand rumors about the recent uproar over a transgender space camp counselor at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Yeah, I doubt it. But he's heard enough. Okay, he's heard enough, apparently, that he plans to expand HB 130, a bill prohibiting the instruction or discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity in public schools, to programs at Space and Rocket Center. So he's only heard secondhand rumors, but apparently that's enough for him, I guess. Here is a quote. "And in this day and time, it's funny, all this stuff that goes on. It's always the children that seem to be the sacrificial lambs. You've got to be careful. Under current state law, public school teachers cannot lead discussions or instruct on the topics of sexual orientation or gender identities through 5th grade. Butler's bill had planned to expand that through 12th grade, and the additional amendment would make it apply to all programs and activities at space camp, I mean. But check this out. We're getting to my favorite part. Stay with me. Butler told APR that he has never been to space camp and has been to the Rocket Center since 8th grade. So he doesn't know whether the programs teach or discuss sexual orientation or gender identity. If it's not happening, then nothing changes. So why make the law? If you don't even know what's going on, why make the law? But Butler said his phone blew up Sunday while he was at church as a Facebook post by an Alabama man went viral targeting a transgender employee at the camp. Oh, so he did hear about it. Oh, okay. So I guess he did hear about it. So I guess he's lying, I guess. Huh. Kind of weird. The post provides no evidence or of any wrongdoing by the individual, but shared screenshots from her social media post unrelated to her job at Space Camp. APR asked Butler whether the Space and Rocket Center should not employ transgender individuals, which would violate federal anti-discrimination law. Here's my favorite part. This part broke my brain. Transgenderism has always been a mental defect. That's a fact. Up until Obama came on the scene, Butler said. He blamed Obama for transgenderism. Like my brain is actually broke right now. It's 2024. Obama first became president in 2008. That was 16 years ago. The people who were born when Obama first became president, first got elected into president in 2008 when he won the election. They're 16 now. They are 16 years old. The people that were born in 2008 when Obama got into presidency, they're driving. They can legally drive. It's absolutely insane. They did the unironic Thanks Obama meme, but in 2024, I can't believe it. Now, let's just go ahead and finish the rest of the quote here. Now, all of a sudden, it seems to be glorified or almost encouraged. You can pretend to be whatever you want, but I don't have to pretend along with you. I'm concerned about putting someone mentally unstable with children. Butler is far from the only politician to jump on a viral story, which has been pushed by far-right influencer Shia Radchick under the pseudonym Libs of TikTok and far-right Alabama website 1819 News. So, yeah, there you have it. I actually couldn't believe how stupid it was, or stupid it is, actually, I should say. But Alabama is currently making an entire new set of law to target one person, one individual, one transgender individual. Whenever you think Alabama can't get worse, oh, they will. And keep in mind, this is a state that is what? Almost dead last in everything. If you take out Huntsville, maybe we are last in education, but we're already close enough with Huntsville, Alabama. And we have what? We are like fourth worst in healthcare. We are doing this at the same time the state is dumping $1 billion into a prison. Absolutely insane. But I guess that is why Alabama is kind of the laughingstock of not just the U.S., but the world. So there you have it. Alabama is at it once again.